Happy Tuesday, friends. Hope you're doing well. Today, we're going to talk about falling off the wagon, how to learn from your mistakes, how to move forward. And I'm inspired to talk about this because something is in the air, you guys. Three people, three or four people last week, like on the Sunday check ins, was like, I fell off this week. I'm getting back on. They were all strong to get back on this week. So that was a good thing. But then I thought, you know what? Particularly because I wanted to get on and share a story of when I fell off big time. And I'll get into that in a minute. So I want to back up a little bit and then talk about first, let's normalize this. We all fall off the wagon, me included, as I already shared. Common causes are a vacation, an injury, a sickness. You need to break something derail, like life has a way of throwing us a curveball. Let's face it, that's the truth. And then sometimes it's difficult to get back into those good habits that you started building. But realize that breaks are good. In fact, some people, I don't always schedule breaks because life tends to do it with the vacations or whatever. But if someone's been on point for a very long time, I will recommend they schedule a break. It's a good reset for the body, both physically and psychologically. And sometimes you just need that rest and then you get back good and strong. Like, I think that's what's happening with the gals in my roster. However, there are times where you fall off and it's difficult to get back on. I've learned the trick is to get back on as soon as possible. Don't let, like, say you derail for a day or two. Don't let that turn into a week. Don't let it turn into a month, and so on and so forth, because you're just gonna build such a deficit. And I think I'm going off a script here a little bit. I think I've shared this before, where if you think of your financial situation, like say you're going to go shop, say you get invited to a wedding, you're going to go shopping, you need a new dress, you're going to go out, you have a budget for your new dress, I don't know, $100. Okay, then you find this perfect dress, and then you want shoes, new shoes, and then, oh, you know what, since I have new shoes, I want the purse that matches. And now, since I have shoes and purse and a dress, how about new jewelry? So now your $100 budget is maybe blown double. So it's going to take you longer to pay that debt off, and your fat loss journey is similar, right? If you have one day that you went off track and, spoiled yourself, your body should be able to recover from that. 2, 3, 4. The more you extend this, the harder it is for your body to recover and get back to where it was. Okay, so say we misstep, all good. Don't beat yourself up. That's the worst thing you can do. You need to practice self-compassion. I do have a little blog about self-compassion, what it looks like, what it feels like. There's even a little test that you can do it, and it does tie into fat loss because they have found those that are compassionate with their self lose more weight and they keep it off. So very important to recognize what happened. You can't change the past. Look forward with optimism, and then let's learn from the misstep. I think that's the biggest takeaway. If you guys take away nothing else, know this. So here's my story. So we had planned a spa getaway. We used to do that more often than we do now. Anyway, we're going away for the weekend. It's the fall, and it was Chateau Montebello, I think. But you guys, in the fall, they had this amazing event. 2 nights, barbecue. People, there is a table with desserts. There is a table for just cheese. Now, these are the French. It's over in Quebec, so you know how the French love their cheese and wine. There's a table of just bread, people. Like, there's a pig on a spit. I think that's what it's called, yeah. Like, it is huge, okay? And it's a buffet, right? So you pay and you can eat as much as you want. Girlfriend, I'm telling you what. So back in the day, this is going back a little while, but I was tracking body fat quite religiously. In those 3 days, you guys, I put on 2 or 3% body fat. But here's the learning, and here's the takeaway that I want. So I decided I would track how long it took me to recover from that 3-day little excursion. 8 weeks, people. It took me 8 weeks to get back. Now I was pretty lean at the time, so as you get leaner, it does get harder, not gonna lie. However, 8 weeks. And you know what? That I don't behave like that anymore because to me, it's not worth it. And everyone has to make their own choices about that. Like if you want to go balls to the walls and you know how your body will respond and you know you're going to be weeks getting back, then that's a choice you make. But for me, that really did. Again, I don't do that anymore. So, the other things you can do is review your motivation. What I like to do is think of your best future self, okay? So, you're on this journey, you're going to a place where you're lean, you're fit, whatever is your goals. You can keep up with your grandchildren, you're feeling great. Um, think about her, your best future self, and ask yourself, what would she do in this situation? Okay. Set realistic goals and then stick to your schedule. Like you guys all have schedules in this program. You can move your workouts around if you need to, but don't start skipping them just because, right? Sometimes it's hard to get there, but you feel so good after, right? So that's a thing. Make yourself a priority. Be kind and patient. If you do fall off, do a tracking and see how long it takes you to recover and see if that doesn't motivate you to stick to your plan a little bit closer next time. Okay, you guys enjoyed the week. I hope this helped somebody. If you got any questions, tag me in the comments so I don't miss it. And have a great week. I'll see you soon.